At the University of North Carolina, Mary Willingham, a graduate student, randomly selected 183 football and basketball players between the years 2004 and 2012. She found that 10% of these athletes read below a third grade level. 60% read between a fourth and eighth grade level. Academic accomplishment and athletic accomplishment are undeniably mutually exclusive things. So what is compelling these schools to accept these athletes who clearly cannot perform at a college level academically? And what is compelling these schools to not address these issues once the athletes are at the school and let them almost skate by academically? What is it exactly that's doing this? In part, it's you, because you as the consumer, the TV you watch, the athletic gear you buy, the schools you apply to, all of these things create an industry. And this industry creates pressures at these schools, pressures that in turn cause schools to forget their primary purpose for a group of people. The industry says recruit the best players, keep them eligible, and most importantly, win games. And this, accompanied with weak leadership at these schools, creates education for these college football players as an afterthought. So today I'll be talking to you about factors that have developed this problem, the extent of this problem, and lastly, 3 improvements that can immediately make a positive impact. So this is a graph of the applicants, undergraduate applicants to the University of Alabama over a recent period of years. And as you can see, there's a steady increase. In fact, over some years, several thousand more applicants. And it's not like, there's all of a sudden tons of more residents in Alabama applying. It's not like Alabama's by any means like a particularly prestigious academic school. So what is creating this huge, almost exponential increase? Alabama has won 3 national titles. Its football team has won 3 national titles during this time period. And having a very competitive football team on the national level brings national relevance to the school, and that national relevance in turn gets more applications, and schools love more applications because it means they can pick and choose more and get more academically gifted students. But in order to maintain this competitive level on the scale, they need to recruit the best players in the nation. In order to do that, a lot of the time, they have to compromise their academic standards. So besides the obvious fans and money that create this industry, a huge part of it is also these schools and their desire to preserve, in fact, their academic standing and in a way raise the bar academically through the promotion of their football team. At the University of North Carolina, 3,100 athletes between the years 2002 and 2011 took what are called paper classes, which are courses that have little to no class time and only have one paper due at the end of the term, which is usually about a page, and are either given an A or a B. Athletes were told to take these classes by their academic advisors so they could remain eligible to participate in athletics. And within the last year, the NCAA, the National Collegiate Athletic Association, who's the enforcement behind this kind of thing, is looking into the academic fraud here in North Carolina, but also at 18 other Division I schools for similar offenses in that professors and advisors giving impermissible academic benefits to athletes. And the bottom line is that this shows that schools are maintaining eligibility not through merit of their players, but through just letting them skate by and enabling them academically. So 3 improvements. 1, the freshman eligibility rule. So until 1972, freshmen at colleges in this country could not participate in sports. And then after that year, it was repealed for football and basketball, so freshmen could come in and make an immediate impact on the teams. So I'm saying that should be reinstated, in that it re-emphasizes the priorities, that you're coming here to have an education and you're not coming here solely to play sports. And that tells the players and the schools this, that they should be recruiting players who are going to succeed academically. The prohibition of weekday games. So most college football games are on Saturdays. And that's convenient because players have, during the week, classes and practices, and then on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they travel, play, and then travel. But there's an increasing number of weekday games which interferes with their academic schedule. They have to miss classes, they have to do work, and that's in part because of new television deals that these schools are getting on ESPN and etc. to have these games during the week, usually schools that don't get as much exposure on the national level. So games should exclusively be on the weekends. And lastly, the most prestigious award in football. The most prestigious award in football, not just college football, is probably the Heisman Trophy, which is given to the most valuable player in college football.
Okay, finish.
All right, I'll
Keep
just
going,
finish,
keep going.
Okay, so I am proposing that there should be a new criteria for this award, and it shouldn't just be based on merit on the field, but also players should be considered who excel not only on the field, but in the classroom. And this would send a message to players across the Division I that academics are in fact very important, and also to aspiring college football athletes that they need to succeed in the classroom in order to succeed at schools they are going to attend.
Okay. Do you want to finish up?
Okay.
I'm going to do it every year.
Yeah, so there's nothing that parallels the heart and passion of college football. Certainly not the pros, nothing really. But it's important moving forward that everyone is conscious of what they watch and what college gear they're buying, who they support, because it is just a shame that these schools are not providing academic opportunity for college football athletes.